last night and is planning to start repairs very soon. Waves are pounding the edge of the cliff, which is
Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Stumped about what to do next in the garden? How about a stump garden? Then find out how to stretch your garden staples and still have room to grow. And some fun seasonal ways to spruce up your yard. After suffering through a horrible ice storm last year, I had professionals remove many damaged yet beloved trees and grind down their stumps. Of course, it wasn't until later that I realized I could have given them new life in my landscape.
Wow, I'm entering another world.
So today I'm visiting Pat Reel's home on Vashon Island in the state of Washington to see what I've been missing out on.
Holy cow.
What do you think?
I've never seen anything like this in my life.
It is magical.
Which is another way of saying it's beautiful.
It is magical down here. I just love it.
It's enchanted.
Originating from the 19th century English Romantic movement, a stumpery is a garden whose structure is based on, you guessed it, tree stumps. Quite characteristic of its era, it's a perfect example of the Victorians' romanticized and exaggerated sense of nature.
So this is known as a stumpery?
It is. It is. A true stumpery. It's not just a stump that somebody has found and then planted. This is a true environment, which I think of as what more of the Victorians were looking at.
Because this dates back to the mid-19th century, doesn't it?
Yes, yes. They actually started as rooteries.
Rooteries?
Rooteries.
And then they became stumperies.
And then they became stumperies.
And in this awesome woodland, the plants are just as important as the stumps.
It's spectacular. Now, you definitely have an emphasis here with the ferns. And you know, to a lot of casual gardeners, a fern is a fern is a fern, but you've got a great diversity of ferns here with lots of different shapes and forms. And one of my favorites, the autumn fern.
Well, I'm very new to ferns, and I'm still at the point where a lot of them all look alike. But I am a fern lover.
She might be new to ferns, but she's got quite a cool collection. Check out this traditional-looking Ethereum odophorum, common name the eared lady fern. Have a look at the beautiful broad fronds of this Dryopteris sieboldii, or Siebold's wood fern. And I just adore this metallic-colored Ethereum niponicum, or Japanese painted fern. But to Pat, there's really nothing more thrilling than bringing in the stumps.
This is a massive stump here. You bring these in because they're trash to most people.
They are trash. The guy we got them from, I think, was very thrilled to get rid of them. He really, really was. So he actually did come and look at it when all the stumps were done, and I think he was pleased to see what happened to all of his throwaway stuff.
I bet he was.
But if your neighbors are fresh out of stumps, Pat suggests calling and asking construction companies or recycling centers. It might take some searching, but it's well worth it.
So, Pat, is one type of stump better than another for a stumpery?
No, for me, it was really the best stumps were the ones that were available.
Pat, I'm kind of struggling to find the stump that's my favorite. This one comes close simply because it reminds me so much of a boulder, and I use a lot of boulders. And also, much like a boulder or a bonsai for that matter, each stump has its own face.
Right. Right. There have been people here who look at the stumps and say, well, that's a dog, or that's a dragon, or that's a fish. You know, you see different things in the faces of these.
Like clouds.
Yes, yes.
Now, how do you decide whether you're going to have roots exposed, roots flipped in a more natural way, I suppose, or lean them on their side? How do you make that decision?
I think for most of these, the stump side isn't all that very interesting. You really want the root side. So that's why all of the roots end up being shown.
So are you known locally as like the crazy lady who likes the stumps?
Yes.
How did I guess that?
Like any rock feature in the garden, planting in and around stumps does the job in contrasting and softening up the hardscape.
Now this one has some dynamite opportunities for that little pocket planting that we were talking about.
Yes, yes.
Like that little hole right there.
This little
would just
hole
be
right here.
Perfect. Could we actually do that?
Sure.
Do you use any potting mix, any soil amendments of any kind?
I'm not going to.
Really?
The thing with the stumps is they already have quite a bit of dirt with them. And this one has a hole down in here. And I'm just going to use some moss and kind of stick it right in here. I'm taking a fern that likes to live in this situation anyway.
Splay it out a little bit.
Lay it out, set it in here, just like that. Kind of pack it in.
Okay, so now you're just going to pack some moss around there?
I am, yeah, because in the natural world, they really live just in the moss. So there we are.
Well, that's beautiful. Looks like it was meant to be there all along.
Mm-hmm.
And you've only got about, I don't know, 40 more opportunities on this one stump.
I know.
I'll just leave that up to Pat. But the cool thing about stumps is as they age and decompose, new things will start growing and more wildlife will call your garden home. So next time, instead of doing this, why not try this? There's really nothing like an uber-natural habitat of unwanted tree stumps to create a beautiful garden of and for romance. Coming up, hungry? We'll check out a landscape that is beautifully delicious. Then some quick, easy tips for adding seasonal impact to your yard.
Area 224 tweets, how tall is Candace Olsen? Candace says she's not really that tall. It's just that everybody else is so short. Thanks for watching and keep tweeting.
Introducing the new Premier Rewards Gold Card from American Express. The only charge card that earns triple points on airfare, double points on gas and groceries, a single point on everything else. Points you can use for over 1 million rewards, including travel on any airline, anytime. The annual fee for the first year is on us, and you can earn 10,000 bonus points with your first purchase. Start earning brilliantly. Call 1-800-AXP-GOLD or visit axpgold.com to apply.
Acid erosion is a growing problem. Acidic foods can cause a softening of the enamel. Once you lose enamel, it's gone for good. For those who want white teeth, Pronamel Gentle Whitening helps protect against acid erosion, but also helps bring back your teeth to their natural whiteness.
Over the world, cat owners are subjected to a rather primitive practice, living with cat litter.
I can't stand cat litter anymore.
Say hello to Cat Genie. Browse on to catgenie.com. On the double, step into the 21st century. Touch here and never touch cat litter again. Never again. Cat Genie.
Julianne Hough has taught the stars to dance, and this is her hot new workout.
You are going to see results so quick.
Have fun dancing while you sculpt your legs, abs, and booty. Dance with Julianne. Cardio Ballroom. Buy the DVD today at retailers nationwide.
Mike Holmes believes if you're going to do it right.
We knew something had gone bad.
I heard that this contractor was arrested.
Leaving his crew in the cold and homeowners underwater.
They opened the roof. Yeah, they did protect.
Yes. And it caved in.
No permits, no inspection.
Okay.
Now that's a problem.
This is going to be a huge can of worms. I'm not kidding you.
Mike makes it right on an all-new Homes on Homes. Tonight Central on ABC.
Gardening in small spaces can be a real struggle, especially when it comes to growing food, which tends to require more of it. So how can you maximize your minimal gardening space? Garden author Rosalind Creasy has some delicious ideas in her edible landscape.
Roz, this is a huge treat for me because, was it in 1982 when edible landscaping was first published?
Yeah.
And now I'm here and I get to see your garden, and it's clear to me that you not only talk the talk, but you walk the walk.
I walk the walk. You got it.
Rosalind knows how to mix things up. I mean, take a look around. Her appetizing landscape appeases both the eyes and the taste buds. Let's say we eat some. See some more.
This is a great little spot. What do you call this?
This is the pimento patio.
How appropriately named.
Yeah, I have 4 pimento plants. They have a thick wall, they're sweet, and they're the easiest to roast.
Oh, it is thick-walled.
Isn't that amazing?
Mm.
So there are a lot of edibles here that people just don't recognize. That's your summertime cilantro.
Mm.
Right, it's a perennial. Yeah, hey, oh, that's not bad, huh?
Mm. This patio really packs in some plants. In addition to all the peppers, Rosalind has Vietnamese coriander, red basil, piccolo basil, rosemary, and thyme. All among those lovely ornamentals, such as these roses.
And then some really hot peppers from Mexico, the habanero, and this one I think is super chili.
Those I'm not going to eat.
No, you do not want to eat those. Here are your basic culinary herbs, but they're put in a decorative setting right up the front walk. And hey!
Well, and I mean, that's edible landscaping in a nutshell, really.
That's correct.
A landscape that is edible. This is like gardening heaven. And even better, this front yard garden is open to all our guests as an open buffet to see, eat, and enjoy.
Cool squash.
Yes, this is a tromboncino squash, and it grows, it's a summer squash that grows as a long vine. But I think vertically growing, you get the most edibles, you know, the most number of edibles in a small area. So,
right.
You know, in this case, I planted this area in barrels and in containers so it would represent what someone who has a small area to garden, how much food can they get? And it's just amazing, and particularly if you go up.
Your garden is a series of rooms,
yes,
so to speak, and yet this could be a courtyard in a condominium development,
right.
Or just anybody's little patio.
Right.
And look at all the stuff you can grow here.
Rosalind has mastered how to maximize a small space and still reap a considerable harvest. By planting in and up, you can get more goods to grub.
You know, Roz, I've seen a lot of plants used on a trellis, but I think this is the first time I've seen tomatoes on a trellis like that.
But isn't it perfect?
It is perfect.
I had these huge cherry tomato vines, and they would just flop all over, and I thought, oh, I'm going to put them on the top.
Roz, here's a plant combination I know I've never seen before. Boxwood and peanuts.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? Well, you know, every edible plant, there's a place for it in every landscape, so.
I love growing peanuts. It's one of the more peculiar plants on the planet.
Yes.
But a lot of fun to grow.
Yes.
And even more fun to eat. And going back this way, you've got strawberries, you've got blueberries.
Yes, apples.
Apples.
Yes.
And again, all mixed in with what is really kind of a formal look.
Yes.
But a fairly informal mix of plants.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, me too.
It's juxtapositioning.
Rosalind has also designated a 100 square foot area to crops alone. Here, she monitors her yield to determine just how much she can harvest in a given summer. Hope you're hungry.
So at this point, you know, I'm up to about 20 pounds of early girl tomatoes and about 30 pounds of Better Boys and all that zucchini. And the yellow zucchini is giving us about 30 pounds. And then the bell peppers, we've just harvested a huge bucket of all the different colors. It's hundreds of pounds, and it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I mean, those zucchini, it was $2.97 worth of seeds. And it's probably $150 worth of squash.
That's an incredible amount of food and savings. So how does she keep that soil so happy in order to provide all this amazing grub?
Chicken coop equals chicken poop.
That's exactly right. And it's the best of all possible garden fertilizers.
But summer is slowly coming to an end, and you still have a lot of good eats to harvest, but no room to consume. So what do? Rosalind has an easy idea for stretching your summer staples onto your winter dinner plates. Just cook them now and freeze them for later. They're still organic, they're still fresh, and they're still delish.
Okay, now for my favorite part, I get to eat something, right?
Yes, that's right.
The fruits or vegetables of your labors?
Yes, right.
And this dish is called rojas?
Rojas, very classic Mexican food.
Will you prepare mine so I'll know exactly how to...
Okay. She's the way.
Okay. That's really good.
Good.
Only one question.
Yes.
Where's the margarita?
Next, does your yard need some pizzazz? We'll get some pointers on how to make things pop. And not all plants survive. I have an easy solution for keeping some of them around a little longer.
First-time home buyers are still leaping into the market.
Here we come, here we go.
And real estate expert Sandra Rinamato shows them the way.
We want to establish market value for this home.
With an entire hour of property virgins, get Sandra's no-nonsense advice.
Budget for a renovation down the road.
That'll take you from the hunt to your first home.
Sign right here. The house is yours.
Property Virgins, tomorrow night at 8/7 Central, part of HGTV's First Time Home Buyers Hour.
Announcing Nutrisystem D, the clinically tested program for losing weight and reducing blood sugar.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I lost 100 pounds on Nutrisystem D. When I was first diagnosed with diabetes, that first step was more like a giant leap.
People on Nutrisystem D lost up to 16 times more weight and reduced their blood sugar 5 times more than those following a diabetes support and education program. And A1C was reduced by 0.9%. Choose from over 140 menu options. There's no counting carbs, calories, or points. Plus, Nutrisystem D is pleased to support the American Diabetes Association in its fight to stop diabetes by contributing 10% of every new Nutrisystem D auto delivery order through March 31st. Mike is one of many who have lost weight and controlled their diabetes with Nutrisystem D. Backed by 35 years of research and low glycemic index science, Nutrisystem D works. And now you can get 2 weeks of meals free. Nutrisystem D. Lose weight, live better. Call or click today.
Right now, all over the country, Discover customers are getting 5% cashback bonus on travel. It pays to get more. It pays to Discover.
There's a new way to eat fruit. Introducing Fruit Today. Part fruit bits, part rich juice, all natural. Fruit Today, a new way to eat fruit. Find it in the produce section.
She's almost 20 years older. Her skin is amazing. Never takes off her makeup with soap and water or wipes.
Too drying. I use Albaline. I started using Albaline years ago. I start today.
Albaline for younger looking skin.
For all-day relief of chronic dry, itchy skin, try Cortisone 10 Intensive Healing Formula. The strongest itch relief medicine now has 3 vitamins and 7 moisturizers for non-stop healing. Cortisone 10 Intensive Healing. Feel the heal.
I'm a mother, a wife, and a worrier about germs and what they can lead to. So thank you, MyCleanse. Kills 99% of germs and is safe for your nose, eyes, and mouth, where germs can enter your body. No hand sanitizer can do that. Take it from a worrier, MyCleanse.
Want big pants?
Lose 3 times more weight with Dexatrim Max Complex 7. It blocks hunger, and 80% of your weight loss will be fat loss. Dexatrim.
This is weight loss.
Feel full between meals with new Dexatrim Max Slim Packs. Feel full, lose weight.
Lazy gardeners love spring and fall because the garden doesn't require a heavy hand to sparkle. So how about when it's blazing hot or crazy cold? Sure would be nice to find easy yet stylish summer spruce-ups and welcoming winter warm-ups to give the space a fresh feel.
There are a lot of really simple things you can do that don't require a lot of work and don't require a lot of effort. So in a single afternoon, you can totally make over your backyard just using furniture, accessories, and sprucing up some of your plantings.
Garden writer Julie Chai has some fast, fun, and seasonably suitable ways to make this backyard look great, regardless of which way the mercury is headed.
Doing something as simple as adding chairs out in an empty corner of the landscape can create a perfect seasonal destination. These striped chairs have a fun, beachy look that's perfect for summer, and if you want to punch up the color even more, you can just simply add pillows.
Bright red pillows for a bright sunny day. And already, don't you just want to take a load off? If you're really lazy and don't want to walk all the way across the lawn to park it, there's another option.
If you're going to hang out in the backyard, you need a place to sit. And something as simple as these foldable table and chairs are perfect for having breakfast or having a glass of wine in the evening, and they're collapsible so you can store them when you're not using them.
While the tables are out, might as well give them some clout.
You don't want to leave your tabletops bare all summer long, so something like these low-care, low-water succulents are perfect. We're just going to fill a container with soil, make sure it has drainage so that your succulents can get rid of any extra water.
Julie is a big fan of using multiple pots to create a nice display. They don't have to overwhelm the space, though. Let the size of the tabletop dictate the size and number of pots you use. For a nice finishing touch, Julie adds some Spanish moss around the base of the succulents. These are what I call low-maintenance, high-impact pots. Lay down a colorful bandana to protect the wood, and pop goes the pot. Hey, if container plantings look this nice on the table, imagine how nice a grouping would look on the patio.
Choosing a grouping of containers in a single color is a great no-maintenance way to add color in the garden. And we're just going to fill our pots with blooming plants in the same color to add some brightness throughout our whole garden space.
The container colors don't have to match exactly. Varying shades of the same family will have the desired unifying effect. This pot is big enough for a couple of plants, and here's where you can play with color. Texture too. All right, I know I told you these would be simple spruce-ups, but the soil in this ginormous pot is pretty ratty and in desperate need of weeding. Once that job is done, Julie plants annuals in her summer palette around the Japanese maple. This not only adds quick color, it also hides some of the weeds she missed. The impatiens will grow quickly, covering the soil like a fresh coat of paint. While we're at it, let's do the landscape.
We've already chosen red to spruce up our summer garden, so we're going to take this palette of red impatiens, which is an annual, to give us a huge hit of color out in the landscape and echo what we've already got in our containers.
Julie has a big bang theory that goes something like this. Buying cell packs of annuals from the big box store will net you lots of bang for your bucks. She'll closely plant a small area for a swath of instant color.
Now we're going to add a layer of mulch, and if we apply 4 to 6 inches, it's going to help retain soil moisture, keep weeds down, and also insulate our roots. But it will give our whole garden a final finished look.
Man, do I love talking about mulch. It helps with erosion control, moisture retention, weed reduction, plus organic mulches like this bark break down and enrich the soil. Looks good, too. Okay, fast forward 2 seasons, and guess what? Winter welcomes are also a snap.
When the weather changes, it's just as easy to swap out your summer items for winter ones, like these weather-resistant chairs.
We'll soften the bold red chair with frosty white pillows, while the landscape gets some faux snow. This home is in coastal California, which doesn't get cold enough for snow. White annuals, whatever is in season at the nursery, will create that feel. Make sure to mulch winter beds too. It insulates the soil in extreme temperatures. Remember those summer containers? Here comes a breezy winter makeover.
Gardening in containers gives us a lot of flexibility and makes it really easy to switch out our warm season palette to a cool season one. So now we're going to take out our reds and add a lot of whites and silvers.
It's doubtful alyssum will be on hand at the nursery in the dead of winter. Cyclamen or pansies are better bets. Now that we've cooled things down, let's warm them up again. You can cast a glow on almost any setting with a few candles, and things are guaranteed to heat up with a basket full of blankets. Nice touches for cozy spaces go a long way toward welcoming visitors in the garden.
Now we're going to continue our wintry look with white tabletop pots, frosty silvery blue Dusty Miller, and icy sea glass mulch.
Julie says that a monochromatic palette gives a softer, more contemporary look than bold, in-your-face colors. Looks pretty soothing to me. Hey, the temperature may be extreme, but who says the garden, or the work it takes to make it look this nice, has to be?
They're so easy and they're so fast, and it literally is something you can do in a weekend that's going to last through the season. And once your garden is outfitted with the furniture, accessories, and all the plantings, it'll be a space you want to be in all year round.
Coming up, don't forget to water. Your thirsty green pals are counting on you.
This March, get ready for a knockout new series.
You're the toughest designer I know. We have to stretch all these panels. Got to hang the TV in there. Making it happen. Is the drum set here yet? HGTV has never seen anything like this.
I would compare it to the microwave oven or the internet. Purex Complete 3-in-1 is great. You get detergent, softener, and anti-static all in one sheet. Cleans in the washer and softens and removes static in the dryer. I mean, it's amazing.
Purex Complete 3-in-1. It's Purex. Extraordinary. But don't take our word for it. Get a free sample with the new enhanced fragrance at trypurex.com.
This Valentine's Day, visit Overstock.com for name brand products at up to 70% off. We are always yours for jewelry, flowers, gifts, boots, and handbags. And your entire order ships for $2.95. Overstock.com. Lovingly low prices.
Would you like to go for a ride in that bike?
Okay.
Okay. Whoa, yeah. See, the terms require you to keep the bike in this predetermined space. If you want to take the bike out, I'm going to have to charge you a penalty.
I can't really ride in this little space.
You can't ride very far.
Even kids know an offer shouldn't come with ridiculous conditions. Why don't banks? We're Ally, a new bank whose no-penalty CD lets you withdraw all your money and bring it anywhere without a fee. It's just the right thing to do.
What do all of these pets have in common? They all take Cosequin, the #1 veterinarian-recommended joint health supplement brand, used to improve mobility and comfort in pets. So if your pets are showing signs of slowing down, it may be their joints. Try Cosequin. Whether it's your dog or cat, help keep their joints lasting longer with Cosequin. Buy Cosequin today and get the best for your pet, the trusted brand everyone else compares to.
Dr. Robert Stonehill.
Man's a genius.
I thought Doc was just your nickname.
Is brilliant.
This man is light years ahead of the field.
Eccentric.
Shoot!
And on this Friday...
You have a wife?
Ex-wives. 2 of them.
Yeah? How come?
Because I'm so easy to get along with.
He's their only hope.
I think I can save your kids' lives.
Extraordinary Measures.
Not gonna kiss me, is he?
I will restrain him.
Rated PG. In theaters Friday.
The other day I ran into a fan at the airport, and she said she loved the fact that I featured dead plants on my show. Excuse me, I said, feeling the need for some clarification. She went on to explain that what she meant to say was that I admitted to losing a few plants now and then, something that happens to all gardeners, and she felt a certain kinship with me as a result. In 3 decades of gardening, I've lost a number of plants. Sometimes the reason is readily apparent. For example, attacked by insect pests or diseases. Sometimes it's because I put a plant in the wrong place, say a sun-loving plant in the shade, or vice versa. Sometimes it's because I push the hardiness of a plant way too far. But in most cases, the cause can be traced to a lack of water, especially if you rely too completely on an automatic irrigation system. Because as good as these systems are, they aren't foolproof. This summer, owing to a fairly hectic travel schedule, I lost a number of plants, including some of my favorites. And in every case, the cause was a lack of water. So to make the lady at the airport happy, I thought I'd show you my dead plants. Like this once beautiful Chamaecyparis nutcatensis, variety Jubilee, a tree I've carefully tended to for 6 years. Although there's an automatic irrigation system in the bed, one of the lines broke while I was on the road for 2 weeks, and I didn't notice the problem until it was too late. Whew. As a result, well, you can clearly see the result. And man, I really love that tree. This pine croaked for the same reason, a lack of water. This area is irrigated automatically as well. The lines are in good shape and the emitters work perfectly. So the problem here is that I placed this plant in a spot where the water coverage is inadequate. In this case, the problem was caused by this juniper, which has grown to the point where it's blocking the spray of water from the emitter. As a result, the surrounding plants are getting plenty of water, but the pine never did. The lesson to be learned here is simple enough. Don't expect your automatic irrigation system to automatically solve your plant's irrigation needs. Check the system now and then for a drop in water pressure due to damaged lines or faulty valves. Check the heads and emitters, which can become clogged with debris. And perhaps most importantly, take the time to simply watch the system work. By the way, to learn more about anything you've seen on today's show, just go to hgtv.com/gardeningbytheyard. Finally, I thought I'd show you one more dead plant, which also happens to be a Chamaecyparis. Well, it used to be anyway. This guy died as a result of too little water as well, and it also happened while I was on the road. But the reason this baby bit the dust has nothing to do with my irrigation system. You see, my wife Carrie, who takes care of things while I'm gone, well, she forgot to water it.